Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It's 10:30 here in Tokyo, Friday morning. Woohoo! I had some snow last night. Just finished up the Master Coaching Group's Q&A call. Some awesome stuff there, which I will talk about in a little bit. And some kind of great wins after a bit of a discussion with a hater. They say you make it when you have a hater. I made it in life because I had many haters. But I had a hater email me today. Yes, he's someone that was in my masterclass, and he said, didn't like it, whatever. Come across as a scammer, blah, blah, blah. And, generally, well, I haven't had someone do that before. But usually the best thing with any kind of bully or hater is to ignore them, right? But the guy said, the guy who said to me, what did he say to me? He said, I lost interest after 15 minutes. No valuable information at all. You just teased to know who knows what. You came across as just another scammer. The great thing is my mindset and my results speak otherwise, so I'm fine with that. And I reached out to the guy and I said, tell me where did you feel that? How? And then of course he said, I didn't say that. So, okay, whatever. It's just in the email. And it brings up a valuable lesson. You can't please everyone. You can't please everyone. And the great thing is, you've got to remember that your sales funnel is it's a sales funnel. And what does that mean? You are screening people out of your funnel. So, this guy took the time to email me and abuse me. The great thing is, I got rid of someone who is not a fit for me and would likely be a cause of agitation, would be someone who wouldn't get results, and someone that I would not like to coach. So the hater at the screening part, at the early part, which is he saw my Facebook ad, he liked that, he clicked on that, he saw the copy of my registration page of my masterclass, he liked that, he registered, he sat around, he then started to watch it, and then he's like, no, I don't like this. Don't like the guy who's presenting it. Great. It did its job. I just dodged a bullet. It screened out someone who is not suitable for me, doesn't match me, doesn't like my style, doesn't like, who I am. And so much so that he even wanted to email me and tell me that he doesn't like me. So he went that one step further. And as I said, normally I just ignore it. Not that normally it doesn't happen. So I was thinking, should I ignore this? And from advice from before that I've given to people is I just ignore, don't engage. Hey, but I don't mind a fight. I was in the army. Let's go fight. Okay. Fine. I'm ready. So, I emailed him back and I was very, very polite and asked him to qualify his concerns and questions. And, again, he was a little bit whatever. And I ended that saying, I wish you the best of success, mate. This is what I do for people. That's it. There's no sale, there's no scam at the end of my masterclass. You don't get your credit card out. I make an offer if you'd like some help or not. That's it. That's the purpose. So whether, he sees it or not, whatever. But it did its job. So kind of be grateful. Here's another way to look at with your mindset when you get a hater is attach a different meaning to it. And that's with all your mindset stuff, guys. Attach a different meaning to it. You get to choose the meaning that you wish to attach to something. You get that choice. You make that choice. That's yours. That's absolutely yours. So really be aware of that you are choosing what to sit in. You're either sitting in pain, in frustration, in anger, in hurtfulness, or whatever. You get to choose what you sit in. So for me, this guy, yeah, he's looking for a solution. He's in pain, obviously. He wants a quick fix. That's not what I do. I don't do quick fixes. And, he's in pain and he's lashing out. And I understand that he must be in a lot of pain. And I wish all the best for him. And I hope he gets the help that he needs. And that's what I'm going to attach to that. I'm not going to attach anything to that. And there's a good story that my mentor had taught me once before. And it's a Buddhist. It was talking about that there was a village and there's the elder wise man, and then suddenly this other kind of thinker kind of popped up into the community, and he was speaking all great stuff, and the townspeople started to go to this guy who used to sit outside the village under a tree every day, and the townspeople started to go to this guy and ask him wisdom, ask him for his wisdom, ask him his advice, and he'd give it and they'd go away. Anyway, the local elder in that village who'd been there for his whole life and was usually the person people would ask, he started to get a little bit pissed at this. He started to get like, I don't like the fact that they're going to you. Like, who is this guy? I'm the one that has the best advice. I'm that guy. So he went out to the tree and saw the guy. I'm probably going to stuff this story up, but I'll get there. Went out to the tree, saw the guy, and said to the guy, listen, who the hell are you to give kind of this advice? You're nobody. I don't know, anything about you. You're this, you're that, and started to abuse the guy. And the guy's kind of sitting there. And he said, what have you got to say about that? And the guy's looking at him and said, basically, okay, well, can you answer me this? If you have a gift and you give it to someone, and they don't accept it, whose gift is it? Whose present is it? And the guy was thinking, okay, well, it remains mine. And the new guy that's sitting at the base of the tree said, yes. So I don't accept your comments. I don't accept your opinion. So they remain yours. And that's so true. You don't have to accept people's opinions, comments, abuse, anything. You don't have to accept it. You can put different meaning to it and you give it to them and you let them keep it. Let them keep it themselves. I don't accept it, therefore you get to keep it. That infuriates people. I've used that line on people before. In real life, I don't accept that, therefore you get to keep it. People just don't know what to say to that. What can they say? So anyway, after getting that abuse, and unfortunately this morning was a bit rushed, I've got to do it now, writing in my brag book, writing in my journal, gratitude journal, but luckily I do it every day, so it's still fresh. I can then get on my Q&A call with my team, with my group of people that I'm coaching, and I think there was 4 or 5 are on the call this morning for some questions. And one of the first things, one of the guys tells us he got his first client off LinkedIn. It's the first time. He's been on LinkedIn since the beginning. So, something like 13 years. And never had someone approach him and want to give him money just based on the profile. That's what he's got. So he's got his first client. So that was a huge win. And then after optimizing his profile, when I first met him 3 weeks ago, he was at 24 search appearances. Well, today he was at 1,032 search appearances. So he's getting results. You can see it. He's happy. He thanked me. We did a virtual fist bump. It was great. And I feel awesome. And it was awesome. And it led me to the point that when we get abused, when we get haters, you don't have to accept their abuse. It's not yours you don't take it on board. You just don't accept it. And you leave it. They get to keep it. And you do your mindset stuff, because those kind of things, maybe 5 years ago, 10 years ago, maybe that would rattle me and I'd be so upset about, but I'm not. Like, yeah, I'll take it on board in the sense that I will minimize it and I will stomp on it and I will throw it away and I won't care about that person. I've given him the love. I've shared him. I've hoped for success. But there's a hater. Haters are haters. But the great thing is, if you are doing your mindset daily, if you are working on that as an entrepreneur, as a salesperson, as someone managing people, if you aren't attending to your mindset and bulletproofing it, I will say this every week, at least in one of these videos, but it is just quintessential. That is the difference. That is the difference. It really is 90% of the battle in any kind of sales and BD role. 90% of the battle is that. 10% is the skill. 10% is the syntax, the skills, the way that you turn up, show up, and do it. But 90% of it is that battle with yourself. It is absolutely, and it's something that you can win. That's the amazing thing, guys, is that you can absolutely win it by doing, like you train your body, you train your mind. And I think, a lot of people in the West kind of forget about that. I mean, meditation, all that, it came out of where I live. It came out of Asia, right? And it came out because it works. It calms people. It centers people. It strengthens their mindset. And if you're not doing something daily to strengthen your mind, you will suffer. You will suffer. And you just won't reach your full potential by not being ready to accept success, by being fearful of fail and living in scarcity rather than in abundance. It just changes everything. And when I realized that and made that shift, that's where, I took my first business from literally, $300 on a weekend to then, a couple of thousand and then tens of thousands. And now it does hundreds of thousands every month, hundreds and thousands of dollars every month, month in, month out. And it was all because of that shift in mindset, that shift in, the skill was always there. The skill was always there. It was just like, the belief in having it, the belief in putting myself out there. And I think that's a huge part of it. And sometimes a lot of coaches or people running sales, they just don't put enough focus on it. And this was all brought back to me again when I went and had some more coaching in sales. And my coach again, it was 90% of the training was on mindset. And for someone like me who's a high D and quite logical, and the I'm like, oh God, this sucks, like to do that. And I just ignored that part and went straight to the objection handling, straight to the, you go, it's like flipping through a book, right, to get to the good parts. I did that, and it's so wrong. And when I started to not reach my potential, it was because what was missing? It was that refocus, that doubling down on the mindset. And it's just so true. It's just so true. So if you're not doing any of those activities, then I highly recommend you that you start to do that. You start to train your mind as you would train your body. You would give it that attention that it deserves and needs for you. So as I was saying, start off the morning reading an email of a healer, through to then getting on the call and minimizing that and not worrying about it, but then getting on the call and hearing about success. And it's just beautiful to hear that you're helping someone. That's why I do what I do. I love to serve. And people are like, oh yeah, whatever. It's all about the money, Tyron. It's not. It's not about that. I posted the other day, I joined the army. I had the options to go anywhere, do anything, go to any university. There was no limitation to what I chose to do. I joined the army because I wanted to serve. I wanted to serve my country. I wanted to serve the people of Australia. I wanted to be a part of the tradition of Australia that helped build the country and give its identity. That's what I've been from 18 years old. Before that, I was in the Army Cadets and all that kind of stuff. So, and doing the work through there, any kind of volunteer stuff that we had. I really come from a place of service. And my family as well. My brother served the country for over 20 years. My dad served in the Australian Army in Vietnam. We do. The Giulianis come from a place of service. It's true. It's just what I do. But don't get that wrapped up in the sense that, just because I want to serve and help people, it doesn't mean I'm soft, doesn't mean I'm not going to fight back when I need to. But I do it because I love helping people out, and I just love it. The Q&A calls I do one every week with my team, with my group. And I love it. It is my favorite part of the week. And if there's no questions in the call, I feel like, oh, come on, more questions. I love it. I absolutely, truly, truly love it. And, whether you believe it or not, it doesn't worry me, but I do. And I hope that comes through. And that's why I do these as well, and share. I love doing it. I love giving my opinion. Who doesn't? I love it. But I hope it helps. So guys, we all suffer the same emotions. We all suffer the same pains. It really is a matter of how we come back from them, how we process them, and how we minimize them so they don't have that impact on us that they could have if we allow them to. So that's all. A great day, a great morning to start with. Awesome news from from one of my students. I just love it. It puts a smile on my face. So that's me for the day. If there's any questions, drop me. If you need some ideas of what to do in terms of mindset, the best ones I can suggest that my coach got me doing was my gratitude journal, was my brag book, and was adopting the physiology of a superhero 3 times a day for 3 minutes, standing up tall, and incantations of what I'm about. And it bloody works. It absolutely works. So I hope that helps you guys. And have a great day. It's Friday. I've got a old friend from primary school and high school actually in Tokyo, which I should catch up tonight with, who I haven't seen for decades, maybe 20 years. So it'll be good to see that. So I hope everyone has a great end to the week. I am certainly having one. So all right, guys, see you later.